Lior, welcome to the Commerce Talks podcast. Usually we have guests here from retailers and brand and manufacturers talking about the platform economy and their retail businesses. Today it's going to be a little bit different. We will talk about the, let's say, mentalism business, entertainment industry, not so much the magic business, but we will come to this in a minute. Lior, can you please introduce yourself to the audience?
Yes, of course. My name is Lior Suchard. I am a real-life mentalist, a master mentalist. It's someone basically from entertainment field, performing arts, consulting arts, understanding how people think. Been in it's difficult to do it very shortly, but I visited 80 countries, performing usually for Fortune 500 companies. Doing lectures, doing lots of fun stuff, enjoying traveling and enjoying adventures.
Yeah. Would you say it's fair to compare you as like the modern David Copperfield?
Oh, not at all, not at all. Because the biggest difference between a magician who does like the card tricks and the doves and the making people levitate and disappear is that a mentalist uses only the mind. So there's nothing involving with props. There's nothing. The props are the audience. It's based on psychology. It's based on nonverbal communication. It's based on mind tricks. Lots of knowledge of how people think. I always say that I don't know what you're thinking. I know how you are thinking. If I know how you're thinking, I can do some manipulations over there. Add this showmanship and performance and audience interaction. And this is a mentalist.
Okay, got it. But so when I introduce you as a show act or as somebody who actually performed at the Excite event from Spryker last year, I always had to explain, Lior Suchard, like he's really good. You have to watch his YouTube videos. So he was on the Ellen show, the Tonight Show, like many times. He was most likely at many German shows. But you have to watch it to understand. So it's sometimes very hard to sell this idea of mentalism. How do you do it? So how would you what's your one 2 sentence pitch? What should I say to my friends and colleagues introducing you?
This is the best show in the world. Because this is my advantage and disadvantage at the exact same time. Because as a mentalist, as you said, magicians, there's many magicians. They're very rare to find a good mentalist, and there's not a lot of them. And if you ask the high level, if you ask Warren Buffett and Elon Musk and Bill Gates and Larry Ellison, all those names about me, they will say, "Oh my God, he's amazing, we love him." But if you ask a common person on the street, he might say, "Yeah, I've seen him in one of the TV shows, but I'm not sure." There's still it's not a consensus. That's what I'm trying to say. It's not a consensus, and it's good and bad. It's good because it's like a rare product, and it's not good because it's not like e-commerce that you can. It's not for everyone. So this is how I treat myself. In a one sentence, I would say a mind reader. And they would say, "What do you mean a mind reader? Can you read my mind?" Yes, you need to book him to the show. He's going to do a full interaction with the audience, and it's going to be funny and amazing and all of that.
Yeah, I have to say so. Actually, before inviting you to the Spryker Excite last year, which I think happened in September or October last year, it was on site in Berlin. I didn't know too much about mentalism, mind reading. I think last time I saw this mind reading stuff was with Uri Geller in Wetten, dass, the most famous German evening show, Saturday night show. But when we saw you, with your performances, you had 2 performances at Spryker Excite. The effect on the audience was incredible. Usually at a corporate event, you have the CEO, me or Boris, talking at the end at a session. Yeah, this was great. Thank you, Roger. Thank you, Thomas. Now let's go out for the coffee break. Yeah, and let's mingle a bit. And then you did your show, and all the people kind of they stayed on their seats open mouth and said, "Oh, crazy. How did he do that? So I can totally recommend this this show. Can you talk and explain a bit how your career? Usually when we are talking with businesses, the guests are describing the business model or the brand they are working for. You know, it's Boots or Picnics, like 10,000 employees, 500 million revenue, blah, blah, blah. So what is it? What kind of KPIs do you use to define your business? Is it the number of shows, number of audience?
It's again, it's a good question, and I'll try to answer it. For me, it's not the number of shows because the shows are built on basically on reputation, on marketing, on word of mouth, and it's all combined together. It's a very intellectual show. That's why the audience, you know, they say, okay, they'll bring me a magician. Then all of a sudden, it's much more sophisticated, and intellectual, and funny. I have a small team. I have a boutique team. Although I am from entertainment business, I don't have an agent. I don't have a manager. I have my own team of two personal assistants. I have another guy who's like a stage assistant. The guy who was with me in Spryker, he was there helping with the music and the sound, all of that. I have a DJ, I have a lighting, I have camera guys. It depends on the production value or the project. But the whole company is like 10, 12 people. This is everything. So the marketing part is based on the word of mouth. So if I did the event for Formula One in Riyadh, I need someone to get in touch with everybody who was there and send them the brochure and send them the videos and and start the marketing. So it's not a PPC marketing that you have to sell a product. It will get there. We'll get there, but you're selling a show and you're selling a pretty expensive show. So there's a lot of effort to sell a single show, and you spread those during the year. You get lots of incoming inquiries. People have seen me on television. People have seen me on shows. People have seen me on charity events. So they start to talk, combining with all the targeting we're doing and all of the marketing we're doing, generates the demand.
Okay, I'm just looking now, as you said, like PPC, below pay per click, looking on Google, world best mentalist. And in the German Google version, there's not yet an ad booked on that. So I could book it, like trying to get like some bookings from me for this mentalism. You already said like it's pretty much optimized on the on-site experience. So you're sitting like in front of a person or like in a talk show setup, trying to wow Ellen or trying to wow any other talk master. How did it work for you in the last 2 years? So I guess the whole like entertainment stuff had the industry that complained most about Corona was obviously the entertainment industry or the discotheques, like where people had to meet, where it's like all about like after hours, which is kind of your business. Even like in the corporate event, there was not so many corporate events.
There was no corporate events at all.
So how did it go for you?
So you bring me back to March 2020, where I saw about 80 projects disappears all of a sudden from usually for the corporate world, lots of high-tech companies, lots of industries, everybody's at home. And I started to think about ideas I had to recreate and to think and try to change the concepts that I do in a live show and imitate them on a Zoom call, just like this. And you ask yourself, how is it possible? It's very, very difficult. I bought myself like the most expensive cameras and lighting and microphones and all of that. And I created like a studio in my house. I started to market the concept of the virtual performance. I think that there was a lot of demand from the corporates because everybody were at home. There was no interaction between people. The employees were upset about it. There was no interaction. You cannot do any party. You cannot do any sales kickoff. You cannot do any product launches. And it was mostly for the morale of the workers, the employees. And once I cracked the system, I mean, I have the ability, for example, let's say, what is the time right now where you are right now?
It's 9:30 a.m.
So 9:30, exactly 9:30. Okay, so this is
28.
all right. So this is, let's say, 9:30. So this is 9:30. You see? Can you
Yes.
confirm? 9:30. So what I used to do, I don't know if this works right now. I'm going to try. I used to tell a story about how, and it is true story. I took my father's watch, and I was setting it to like a different time, and ask someone to think of a time, and my job was to try to hit in the 10 minutes, to try to guess what time you will say. So I'm going to ask you, Alexander, just count to 3 out loud. I'm going to look at you now. Count to 3 out loud.
1, 2, 3.
And now I'm setting this. I don't know how close I get, but I'm going to set this to something very specific. In case anybody loves the math, we have 1,440 different possibilities of the time. It's 24 multiple 60. Okay. And I think it's going to be very, very accurate. That's it. I'm not touching the dial anymore.
Yes.
And
okay.
just
and I'm not cutting the podcast or the video here.
Don't cut. Don't cut.
Sure.
It's live.
It's the first try.
Yeah, it's the first try. Just name a time. Any random time. I'm listening. Name any
11:30.
So that's pretty much it could be any time. Now I was setting the watch to exactly 11:30. You see?
It's true.
It
worked. No.
It works.
Now I'm happy that I gave you my pin code numbers before the talk. It worked. Okay.
It worked. So I started to understand and develop ideas that can actually work through the screen. So right now, I mean, we have this Riverside podcast, and you can see you and me. But when I did the broadcast, I had like a third-party softwares entering to create the imitation of a real show. So not just the sound effects and stuff that you show me. I mean, I would see the grid of the people, and then I would choose someone, and then I bring him on, like I'm bringing on the stage, and then I had another person, and they had like 2 or 3 people with me interacting and doing lots of fun. And of course, I would add the key messages of the company, and I would do that. And I actually did more than 600 virtual events since then, because it was the only thing that happened. So I was literally had like 3 or 4 or even 5 events a day. Depends on Asia Pacific or United States or Europe.
Yeah,
or
you're because you're an international entertainer, exactly. So you can act around the clock. That's a 24-hour business you're in.
Yeah, I mean, from one side, it's fun to do. You do an event for 1,000 people, which are located all over the world, and from other side, you go like, "Thank you very much, good night, everyone," or "Good morning, everyone," and there's no applause and there's no energy. It's a different kind of energy. It's a different kind of performance. You have to adapt to the situation. Then there was something interesting. I mean, we all see that the situation is becoming a little bit better, more and more. It became hybrid, which was kind of interesting. I did, after the Spryker event we did, which was very, very fun because, over this, I cherish every physical event that I'm traveling and going and creating those acts. Hybrid events is like, imagine same settings as a Spryker. We're like a theater. We have 1,000 people, and you also have another 5,000 people on the screen from different locations in the world. So I literally created acts that I'm looking at the screen, looking back to the audience, interacting between both of them. So it became hybrid. So people who cannot come, stay at home. People who can come. Now I hope it will be more and more physical, coming back to the original source.
Yeah, we had this on our event because I think the last act you did was with Arnold Schwarzenegger, who was dialed in via Zoom, and there was like a part where Arnold had to guess a certain number and a celebrity, and he was pretty odd, I would say. So he was that was really cool. I definitely can recommend it. Also on the other side, I hope we will get back to on-site events pretty anytime soon, because it's very hard to get the energy from the dialed-in people watching a show. Then you can record it anyway. There's no if you don't integrate them in a live event, you can just record it and stream it.
By the way, in my mind, psychologically, I treated the virtual shows as if it's a live real show. It means the client asks me, oh, can I record it and send it to the employees? No, you cannot record it and send it to the employees, because if they want to see it, they have to come at a certain time and log in and see the show. It's a live show. Everything in my mind was acting as if it was real life. So you cannot record it, you cannot share it without, you can do a little video, but you cannot show it to everyone. Yeah.
Okay, so you did 600 plus digital shows, plus maybe some on-site shows. I think Spryker last year was one of the first on-site shows where you were actually one of the only celebrities which we asked, who said, "Okay, I jump in a plane, I come to your show." All the other ones, like from the US or from UK, said, I'd rather do it via Zoom. Or if I have to come, I only want to take a private flight because Corona, and no meet and greet. So it was kind of a.
It's not the same. Yeah. It's not the same effect. It's not the same effect. I mean, there used to be artists and musicians who did the Zoom shows, and it doesn't have any effect, because let's say you bring U2 to do a Zoom show, you can watch it on YouTube. You can see them anywhere. It's not made for you.
Yeah, it's true. It's true. So maybe let's start to think a little bit around like your business model. So with the 600 virtual shows and or the on-site shows, like you're charging like a certain fee. So depending how it fits your schedule, how far away it is, it's like a significant fee, somewhere in the high 5 figures, 6 figure kind of fee you're charging for an on-site event. And you said that you're usually referred in a word of mouth way. So people that are inviting you, that are booking the show with you, saw you either on YouTube or got a recommendation, maybe from us in this case, or from another show. Trying to put this in our standard podcast model, where we say, okay, customer acquisition, customer loyalty, and customer profits. Am I right to say that like your main customer acquisition channels are word of mouth effects, or are there like many booking agencies in between you and the shows that recommend you should book Lior for your corporate event?
Yeah, it depends. I mean, there's different kinds of word of mouth. There's word of mouth like you just described. I did Spryker. You meet with another CEO and you tell him you have to get this guy. This is like classic word of mouth. There's many sub agents, third parties that I work with, production companies, event planners, speaker bureaus that comes between me and the client, who they recommend. So when you talk about customers, sometimes my customers are not the Sprykers, are not the companies, are not the end user. It's the production companies. These are my clients, because each one of them holds 8 Sprykers, or 9 Sprykers, and I need to work with them to get the jobs for the other ones. So if you do the math, it becomes like dozens of activities and demand. Now, add to this the marketing. The marketing can be the appearances, the YouTube, even the social media now. Although
we will come to this in a second.
Okay. But you add the marketing, the targeting, all of that, and the classic, newsletters, and keeping in touch with people and production companies and working with them, and you get your clients.
And even again going back like to the standard format, usually like this kind of custom acquisition channel thinking is connected to kind of a growth goal. Is there kind of this kind of growth revenue goal in the Lior Suchard business, or is there kind of have you peaked already? Can you do like 1,000 shows in 2 years instead of 600 shows?
This is the biggest problem is that I'm the CEO, CFO, and the product. Again, it's a big disadvantage from a business perspective, because at the end of the time you get to a ceiling. I mean, even if you get $1 million for a show, whatever, I'm just throwing numbers, you cannot get $1 billion for a show, right? So it's a matter of publicity, the matters of awareness. And then comes another completely segment that we talked about briefly, which is everything that you can monetize from like spin-offs of the occupation. Let's say if I do a workshop. So if I do a workshop with 10 lessons and I sell it online, and then I can market the workshop. And then you can get to a lot of people without me being present there. I'm currently working on a game. So the game would be another selling point, a game, a board game, a kit for children. So all of those stuff, which sometimes we call merchandise. I don't like to call it merchandise because merchandise, it's when someone who is famous and you build something on the character. For me, it's going to be a standalone, like Monopoly. Monopoly is a perfect game. It's an amazing game, right? Monopoly, chess. It's a game. It's not based on anyone specifically. So the concept is to try to build this game to be very good, and then you start a new division of marketing on that game. Then you can sell thousands, 10,000, 100,000, millions, whatever, depends how good it is. Then you get to the PPC area and the selling and all of that.
You know, we are thinking about like inviting Simon Sinek, a famous B2B author you might know, to one of our next Excites, and he has the same problem. He's also like the product, but his answer is okay. You can get like mini Simon Sineks. He's trying to train people that are like giving the same keynote more or less, which is very different. I think that it's not, and he will charge like another 20K even for virtual mini Simon Sineks doing it.
Wow,
doesn't make sense at all from my point of view. But have you ever thought like training people like the Lior way so they can perform the same way you're doing?
Would it be very, very arrogant if I said nobody can perform the way that I do?
No, it's not. If it's the truth, it's not arrogance at all.
No, I mean, I believe we have to remember there's another aspect. There's an aspect of secrets here. There's a big aspect. I mean, I can train the new generation. Listen, if I start to train, by the way, I also had an idea to have another division of all the booking and I have a lot of them that comes to me and say, oh, you're very expensive, right? If I would turn and become an agent, all of a sudden I say, okay, I'm expensive. I have 10 different people you can choose from, and then I can take commission and then so. But again, it's a lot of energy. It's a lot of energy, and you need to move it to the right direction.
Not even the parts of it. So the thing with the watch you just did with me, like, could you train me to do it somehow? Would it be possible for me?
Let's try. Do you have a deck of cards over there in the farm? Somewhere?
I have a deck of cards. Yes.
Go bring it. Bring it.
Okay. I will cut it out like
cut it out.
Minute, but I think I have it here.
Okay, I'll try something with you. So
let's see. I don't know what kind of cards it is. Maybe it's not legal stuff. Oh, it is cards.
Show me.
But it's it's special ones.
What do you mean special ones?
It's not designed in the standard way, but
you can see.
You can see it. You can see an ace. You can see the king, the joker.
Nice.
They only have special designs.
All right. So this is interesting. Let's try to do something. Mix the cards. Wow, if this works, it's going to be very, very, very interesting.
But then you have to train me. Okay, I mix the cards here. No video tricks here. I'm the same person still.
And spread them to the camera so I just can have a glimpse on them. By the way, there's a lot of math. People think that cards are like card tricks.
But you have to see them, the cards, right?
Yeah, just glimpse. Just
go. You have to see like the other side of the.
No, I can see the faces. All right. I think I got it. Okay, give them another cut or shuffle. That's fine. And here's it. Now, I also have a deck of cards here, by the way. Okay. 1 second. Let me do something with this deck of cards.
Do you also have like the Joker in there?
No, I don't. I don't have the Joker.
Do I need to take the Joker out of the deck?
Take the Joker out of the deck. Yes. Okay. So this is my deck of cards.
I don't know what this deck was for, but the Joker was in there.
So I'm going to stand over here, and this will not cut.
I think it's 52 cards.
52 cards.
It's not 32, it's 52.
Okay, so my deck will be here. Yours is over there. I'm in Tel Aviv. You are in Germany. Spread the cards on the table facing down.
But then you can't see them.
Exactly.
Okay. And I can be sure there's no other camera in my room.
There's no other cameras. Okay.
I will spread them. Okay.
Okay. So now just with your intuition, and I'm holding it like this, so it's going to be fair. Okay. So like this. With your intuition, hold your finger and just go through the cards until you have like an urge to turn one upside down.
I can choose whatever I want.
Whatever you want. You got it?
Yes. Should it turn upside down?
So, yeah, turn it upside down. So you'll have only one card upside
Yes.
down. Are you happy with it?
It's funny, yes.
Do you want to change it?
No, I'm gonna stay with it.
Okay, you can share. You can show us or tell us what card did you turn over?
It's I don't know how you spell it in English. No, it's like
Jack, the Jack.
the jack. It's a jack. It's one of the red jacks.
The Jack of
I'm not sure
heart
this.
or diamond.
It's very hard to tell in this game because they have like a different design.
What-
It could be
What
like
do you imagine?
I
What do
think
you
it's
imagine?
I think it's diamond.
Diamond?
Yes.
Now here's the interesting part. Now I'm gonna do it like super slow. In this deck, if you open it, you will see that I also have one here that it's turned over. Can you see?
Yes.
Only one.
Yeah, I
The
see.
the only card that is turned over here is the Jack of Diamonds. Very strange, no?
It's very strange. Yes.
Very strange. But this is something that I can actually
Let
teach
me
you.
check
It's
my
very-
let me check my bank account here for a minute so while you are here in the call. Yeah, it's crazy. It's really cool. Yeah.
This I can teach you. Next time I see you, I can teach you something like that.
Okay.
But
Okay.
it could take some time. Lots
I would
of
even
practice.
pay. I would even pay. Okay. I would even pay. That's, we are also in the entertainment business. You know, it's like software. It's like a perception. It's a perception business we are in. Okay, but I get it. So it's kind of limited. So you cannot like reproduce yourselves into lots of Liors.
And
I get
it's
it.
also a matter. It's a matter of period of time. Like like in Spryker, okay, you had the Arnold Schwarzenegger, right? So I don't know. You remember how he said to us that he always set up a goal. I want to be an actor. He's an
Yes.
actor. I want to do
Yeah.
comedies.
And
Now I'm
he,
doing comedies.
he
Now I'm
always
doing
wanted to have like he wanted to be the best actor, like the best politician, the best. Highest paid.
Exactly. But I don't think that when he was acting and going from movie to movie to movie, I don't think he did the lectures for high-tech companies. So it's kind of like a matter of where you are right now. I just turned 40 years old recently. Corona is beginning to be over. Lots of action is going on.
6th of December, I guess.
Exactly. And I think that the lecturing part, the motivational part. I just met Tony Robbins in an event in Miami, and he said to me, "Why don't you do like lectures?" I said, "Okay, I will do a lecture of the power of the mind and how the mind works and how do I do what I do. That the tricks will be like 10% of the lecture, right? But maybe it's going to be in the next 5 years or 10 years or there's developed time to what I do.
We have a part about the business model, like in a second. I will come back to this like lecture thing and how I see it. So I understand like there's like limitations in the overall growth. Yes, you can you can have like side gigs or you can charge for reusing your content on social media and all the stuff. But it's going to be tough to get to the million, even harder to get like to 10 million per booking, and you only have like 365 days plus your family and friends. So life. And next to this. I get it. So then maybe let's talk about customer loyalty, which is the second most important part, usually for retailers and brands. How often are you booked again? And you can look now at your like the last cohorts, like last 10 years. So is there like many repeat bookings in there?
It depends on the scale of the company and it depends on the event. There are events like the Turkish Koç Group. Koç Group?
Yep. No, then.
So it's a huge. They have like 100,000 employees, right? So when they booked me for an event, and then they were so amazed and satisfied and say, okay, you're going to do like 20 divisions. Or if you have a big bank or something, okay, there's a difference between the sales kickoff, then the end of the year event, then the best employees event, then the awards show. So it depends on the different show. By the way, my challenge is also to create the new acts, right?
Yes.
It's difficult if you invite a singer, you invite I don't know, Bon Jovi, you will not invite him again because he has his hits and his songs, right? He cannot do another new show for the next year. So I'm building new acts all the time to create. This is exactly for your question. I get invited from a customer like 2 or 3 times over like 3 or 4 years, something like that. But again, it depends on the scale of the company, and of course, by the way, sometimes it's a marketing thing. I'm gonna pick on you. I'm gonna send you like a new brochure of the new show, the new act. Then you will say, "Oh, here's Lior. Let's book him for the new kickoff or something like that." So it's a lot of work from my side as well.
I have to think about this more guerrilla marketing tactics. But you have like one very obvious marketing tactic, which is the talk shows. So when you're like searching for Lior Suchard, I would say like out of like 10 videos showing up on YouTube, 9 is talk show based, the Ellen show, the whatever show. How does this business work? Are you invited by talk shows, and do they pay you, or is it kind of a more mutual deal?
It's a mutual deal. They have to pay me because of the regulation. They have to do something. It's not a living fee. It's a small fee, but the talk show creates awareness and publicity, which brings the inquiries.
And how does it impact your inbound channel? So let's say you've been like how many times at Ellen or the other talk shows? So let's say there's no Ellen talk show anymore, right? So I think it's
the last season. Yeah.
Okay, but let's say let's say who the other was it top talk show now?
James Corden, the Late Show.
James Corden. So let's say you're appearing on the show.
I was there 5 times on the Late Show.
How does it impact your inbound channel?
So once you appear and they have lots of ratings and millions of people are watching, some of those millions are also CEOs, also private events, wealthy people. They want to book events, private events, corporate events, lots of events, and they, you start the inquiries coming in. Also, we combine lots of marketing with it. Watch Lior. You'll get, next time I'm going to be on a show, you'll get a text or a WhatsApp or an email. Watch Lior tomorrow on this show to get the awareness of all the clients. And I keep track. I keep track of all the clients. I keep track of them all the time.
And do you have like a CRM system where you can send out those WhatsApp messages?
Yeah.
Can I sign? Me as like an end customer, can I sign up for this channel?
No. We put you in the channel. We put you in the CRM, so we can know who did we contact, what did we do, what's new.
But can you give us like a rough number? So appearing on the James Corden show, and then it's live, and then it's on YouTube. What does it mean? Do you get like the next day, instead of like 10 inbound emails, are you getting like 100, 200, 1,000?
I can get like 100, 200 emails the week after that we need to take care and analyze and see who is who. And we build up the year. I mean, right now, if you look at me, I have booking until 2024. Sometimes, again, it's not every day, but I have some inquiries 2024, 2023, 2022, and you start to build that that year, and you have lots of again, sometimes it's
but you've like talk show wise, you've reached the top. There's nothing like above James Corden, nothing above Ellen. So that's that's the best you can get, right?
It's a matter of quantity now. It's a matter of coming back to do it again.
Okay. What was the last German show you've appeared on? Do you remember?
The German, wow. I wasn't there for a long time.
So we only had like
I'll be happy
shows.
to come back. I'll be happy to come back.
We don't have any popular evening shows anymore. So this Wetten, das thing died. Stefan Raab is out of the business at ProSieben. He was a really popular show.
Everybody's doing reality shows now. Just reality shows.
Yeah, it's not cool. It's not cool anymore, and very boring. Okay, I get this. But then there's like another channel we haven't talked yet. You just mentioned it, like social media. So when I'm looking like for entertainment or entertainers on social media, you're rather like ending up with magicians. So one of the most known one is right now is what is his name? Julius Stein, I think, is on Instagram. He's a magician.
Yes.
For example, but he's like But that's actually that reminds me a little bit on the direct to consumer business model that was like built by the Kardashians. So they're leveraging social media channels and their reach in order to sell this kind of reach as a platform. So you can monetize it with showing instead of using like your watch, I don't remember what it was anymore. You can go to IWC or to Rolex and say, okay, next time I use like a Rolex in this show. And they will give you the Rolex plus $1 million.
Yeah, this is the brand awareness. For example, in Israel, I am the presenter of Mazda cars. So that's like this is, I get a lot of money for like 2 years. It's a contract. It's a big contract. And they do commercials for the car.
So you are the Roger Federer from Israel.
Exactly. I'm doing Hublot watches. I'm the friend ambassador of the brand of the Hublot. So these are like different deals, but these are all one-offs. Social media, fortunately and unfortunately, social media is mostly for me to sell tickets to my shows, because sometimes I have like tours. I used to have tours. I did Australia 21 shows in 3 weeks. So I did like the Sydney Opera House, all of that. So I had to sell tickets. So this helped with selling the tickets. Same as the TV shows, same as everything that's connected to publicity and to marketing and all of that. Right now, if I'm looking at my demographics, most of my followers, and let's say I have like 500,000 in social media, more or less. Most of them are aged 24 to 30 women. So these are like ticket sales, but there are not CEOs of companies, some of them, to book the shows. The CEOs are maybe on LinkedIn, which are there as well. So it depends where you are targeting your audience.
I'm just thinking about the business model here, right? So on the one side, I was like a very progressive, like social media strategy. I think Julius Stein is like going around the streets, and it looks like spontaneous tricks, but I think it's just filmed like as spontaneous tricks. It's set up, but it's okay. It's very entertaining. It's like he's producing entertainment content.
He found a model for entertainment where he does like quick tricks based on reactions, visual. It's magic tricks, hot girls in bikini in Mexico, boom, and it caught, and it started, and it has like 6 million, 7 million followers, and then you can start to monetize it. But again, there's a lot of effort. I think it's like 5 years of his life he was touring. We didn't speak about, I know a lot of, not everything. What I'm saying is not everything is technical. I know a lot of founders. Israel is like a hub for cybersecurity, for high-tech companies. I know lots of amazing, smart founders that are going there, making a lot of money with their products, but they don't have any family. They're like depressed, and they're like in love with their job. I mean, you have to get the balance of what you do. And yes, if I would put all my effort of trips and doing TV shows and talk shows and all of that, maybe I'll be happily divorced or I don't know, or not happily divorced. I don't know. But right now I'm happy where I am right now.
Okay, I get it. I get your remark when it comes to Instagram. But you said on LinkedIn you have many like CEOs, decision makers, whatever. So you could give like the weekly Lior advice and doing 10-minute videos like with founders like me or with other CEOs, and they will happily join your show because, as you said, especially those people are very, very convinced when they see you. Yeah, so I have like 5 minutes with 5 tricks with Bill Gates, or 3 tricks with Elon. It's definitely content that will work, and you would like get like many followers on LinkedIn. Do you think like your business in that way, because it's for the next 5 years it's going to be like the main corporate business network, then it's going to be replaced by whatever TikTok business. I don't know, but is this something where you say, okay, I have to produce content or tricks for a certain social network, might it be LinkedIn or Instagram or YouTube, in order to like get the wheel going?
I don't put a lot of effort. I literally did an experiment on TikTok. I started to upload little bits of TV shows that I've done. TV
Yeah.
shows that I've done, like a little bit of like 30 seconds, and it works very well. I mean, I had like one that viewed by 400,000 people, 200,000 people, 300,000 people, and it's going well. I still don't know what to do with it because mentally, TikTok, I can't like dance and do stupid moves like the kids on TikToks.
And you have to catch people within like 8 seconds. You have like 3 seconds to get their attention, and then you have 5 seconds like for your trick, and then you have 2 seconds to sell the tickets to your show. It's like that's actually the attention span.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Stop.
So
It's Lior. Then show a card. You thought about the card. See it in a show.
Exactly. Yeah. So I'm experimenting. I think that the monetization will be through this. So there's Lior, you have the shows, you have the corporate events, private events, the performer, you have the division of the merchandise, which would be the game, the book, all the stuff that I'm creating. And also, we didn't talk about it, I am involved in a few Israeli startup companies because of the connections that I've done over the world. Sometimes I can connect people with investors, with advisors, with all of that. So I'm building a small portfolio of companies which I will be involved in some kind of advisory board over there, which will lead to something over there. So this is another branch.
Okay, got it. Then my last idea, like on the marketing channels. I know we've talked about it before, but we have to do it here in the podcast too. So what obviously comes to mind when thinking about like scaling this kind of business model is like online courses, online classes. I think there's even,
we talked about it.
We can even go back to Simon Sinek. He said selling like why, what, who. That's the first book. He built like a class. You have to pay like $250. It's not live. It's just like recorded stuff. Thing that like the fitness classes you usually can book online. So is this something you could do? Could you like without an on-site appearance train people with a class or give them some like life advice?
So this is something that will definitely be in the future. I get lots of invitations to do like masterclass, 20 lessons, all of that. The big question, first of all, is what do you want to achieve? Do you want to do like what I do? Do you want to perform? Do you want to be a performer? Do you want to do, is it going to be on showmanship? Is it going to be like teaching tricks, how to influence someone to think of the Jack of Diamonds? Is it something which is going to be more motivational? It's going to be all of them? I don't know. So again, if I'm going to do a course like this, it will probably going to be like the best quality, the highest quality of that. And I'm still thinking about it. I'm not, it's not something that you just, do. It's a big, huge projects that you, because again, unlike you have to just go back to the beginning. It's not a magic trick. It's not a magic show that I teach you. Okay, you take the card, you hold it like this, you make it disappear, you do this, whatever, this. But by the way, you have no idea how many CEOs came to me and told me, listen, you have to teach me 1 or 2 things, easy things that I can do in meetings to break the ice. I told them,
I can totally. I relate to this request. Yes.
I put you on the waiting list. Yeah. But no, I'll teach you. But again, by the way, this can be a cool course to do, like 10 tricks you can do to a client to get them hooked when you meet them, like a huge client, someone that you meet personally. There's lots of thoughts about that. But it will get there. I just need a little bit more time to arrange all of that and to think of the concept because, again,
is there? I think one colleague once introduced you to us or to me as like the next Uri Geller, because he was a very famous mentalist in Germany. Is there kind of the next Lior Suchard show planned already? Are you do you have like such a casting show?
Again, I'm still young, man. Uri Geller did it. Uri Geller is now 75 years old or 76,
really?
Something like that.
Okay.
Yeah.
He looks young. Okay.
He looks amazing. He's a great guy.
So you say 10 to 15 years left until like the next Lior show.
So all of that, delivering the knowledge to the next generation, I still have time to work hard for this.
Okay, then I'm looking out like for the game you're trying to produce. I'm pretty sure Spryker will be a very loyal customer with more than just one booking last year for the site. I understand where you're coming from, what the business model looks like, how it can scale, or where the limitations of this the scales are. We have learned what are the difference between like mentalism and magic. Tricks. We've understood that you don't want to get happily divorced and therefore are abandoning Instagram a little bit. I can recommend your book. Thank you for your time, Lior.
Thank you so much, Alexander. Thank you so much.